We have literally hundreds of dollars worth of updates we need to do right now. Hello everybody, Silverpicker here, and welcome to the Silverpicker Squad. Now, today's video is one that I have been dying to make because I have been waiting for months to start filling these coins that I recently acquired into my United States Typeset. Well, before we go any further, if you don't know what a United States Typeset is, you can watch the video right over here that goes into detail about what it is and why you guys should be collecting one. But for the sake of this video, essentially a typeset is where instead of collecting a single coin and getting every single date and mint mark for that coin, you're getting one of each quote-unquote, well, type of coin for a particular series. In this case, we're talking about coins minted by the United States. So this is my United States Typeset, and we're going to be adding new coins to fill holes, as well as upgrading some others with better condition coins. In addition to that, I want this video to serve as a really important point for those of you watching at home that are thinking about getting into either the business of buying and selling precious metals and coins, or even just simply becoming a numismatist and starting your own collection. Now, what's important about this is that most people assume that starting a coin collection is really, really expensive and that typesets are really, really expensive to collect. Now that is not untrue. However, it doesn't have to be true. Now what I mean by that is this entire album here is filled with coins that were acquired not from my local coin store, not from eBay, but rather as parts of bigger deals that I made when I was buying and selling coins for profit. Meaning I would go to garage sales, I would go on Craigslist, I would have people referred to me and do private purchases, where I'd buy large collections of coins. I would buy them, let's say, for $500, I would resell them for $700, but I would squirrel away a single coin for my own collection on the side, and that would go right into this typeset. So I didn't actually pay retail for any of these coins, and effectively, because I profited on every single deal I've made with these coins, these were effectively free. This album here with the additions is worth about $1,400. Now that's nothing to sneeze at, but obviously you know that typesets can go into the tens of thousands of dollars depending on the grade of the coins. But for me, I'm just excited about being able to fill an album and upgrade it over time and enjoy it. But having a $1,400 typeset for free, it really was free because I didn't pay a single penny for any of these coins. So I hope that that can sort of inspire you guys to find creative means to build your own coin collections. Well, enough of this jibber jabber. Let's get right into it and start upgrading and filling up some of the holes in this collection with these coins, and we'll take a look at them and see what they're all about. Okay. So I think the best way to go about this is we'll take a little bit of a tour of each of the coins that's already in there, and as we get to a hole that we want to fill or a coin that we want to replace with one of the ones that I have on the side, we'll do that as well and take a look at that coin up close as well. Now I'm going to put some superimposed images of these pages on the screen as well because it's a little bit hard to see with the glare because of the protective plastic. And we'll start with the half cents, of course, but before we do me a favor and smash that like button, hit that little thumbs up sign. I know it's cheesy, but it helps the YouTube algorithm promote the video, make the video more popular, and obviously inspire me to make more videos and reward me for the ones that I've already made. If you're not a subscriber yet, hit that red subscribe button. Also really helps me out if you are a subscriber. Thank you very much. All right, so let's get the white cotton gloves on to show that we are in numismatist mode, not just in picker mode. And let's get right into it. So starting with the half cents. With the half cents we have the draped bust from 1807. It's in pretty poor condition, but I'm very happy with it because it is the first coin in the book and it's nice to have that one filled even though the next two are not. And I think that these will be a little bit easier to get than this anyway. So that's pretty cool. For the large cents I have the complete set. I have the draped bust from 1800. I have the classic head from 1809, the coronet from 1822, and the coronet with braided hair from 1850. They're in varying degrees of good and bad condition, but I'm pretty happy with it just because they're really physically large, and I think it just looks nice when they're the centerpiece and the whole row is full. On to the small cents. There are a whole bunch of different small cents, my favorite of which is actually the Flying Eagle, and that's the first one. My Flying Eagle is from 1858. I have an 1859 laurel wreath. I have an 1864 copper nickel oak wreath. I have a 1904 Indian head that's bronze with the oak wreath. and that's it for the Indian heads. For the Lincoln heads, I have the 1909 VDB, not the VDB-S, of course, but, you know, hey, I found this in a collection of pennies that I bought, mixed bag, so that was really cool. This is just a regular wheat cent, but it's in BU condition, and it's actually really nice. Mine's a 1954-S. I have a 1943 steel cent, and also a BU 1969-S Lincoln cent, Lincoln Memorial cent. So I'm actually really happy with the Lincoln cents over here. I don't think that those will be replaced anytime soon. These are all kind of in like dirty condition. Like, I think about my collection more in terms of eye appeal, because I love to sit with this sometimes, just take it off the shelf, take a look at it, and just enjoy it. And I think with better eye appeal, you can see the details better, and I actually prefer that. So I'll probably get cleaner coins, not to say cleaned coins, but cleaner coins for any of these as I upgrade them. Now, I wish that this had its own section, because I hate that they put the 2, 3, and 3 cent pieces as small cents, because it really is a different category of coins in my opinion. But I have this 2 cent piece. It is a no-date 2 cent piece. It's not in great shape. I will definitely replace this someday. But for now, we are moving on to the 2 3 cent pieces. There are 2 3 cent pieces minted in the US. One was minted in silver, and it's called, of course, the 3 cent silver, and one was minted in nickel, and therefore, guess what? Called the 3 cent nickel. Well, I don't have either of these until now, so let us open this boy up, and let's put in our 3 cent silver, which we have over here. We're going to take this guy out of its 2x2. It's been in this 2x2 home for a long time, and it is time to crack it out and give him a new home. So, let's do that. Now, you always want to be careful when you're cracking a coin out of a 2x2, because you don't want the staples to scratch the actual coin and thereby basically ruin the value. So, being very careful. All right. That is nice. That is really nice. I am so excited about that. I love discontinued denominations. That's like one of my favorite things in coin collecting. I absolutely love old discontinued denominations. All right, and it's in. Right after that, we have our 3 cent nickel. And this 3 cent nickel is from 1865, the end of the Civil War. Isn't that wild? That's why I love collecting coins so much, is because you can link the dates that the coins were produced to actual historic events, and it really brings it closer, because you're holding something that someone at that time that was experiencing that in real time actually held as well. All right, so let's get this guy in here as well, give him a new home. You'd think this thing has been on so many journeys. These coins have been on so many journeys over the years, and isn't it cool to think that, you know, over 100 years later, this coin is sitting here in my album, in my home. Well, that is a super, super cool thing, because look at this. I am almost done with this page. I need just the classic head half cent and the coronet half cent, but I'm hoping that I get these and can finally end up finishing this front page. We'll take a second to look at the reverses of these coins as well. They're really, really nice. Some of them, of course, are nicer than others. I really do care more about the obverse, just because that's what people mostly look at when they are looking at the album. So for me, the obverse is much more important in terms of eye appeal than the reverse, but curious to hear what you guys think as well. Feel free to comment down below on anything that you agree or disagree with as we go through this. All right, here we are with half dimes. Now this is going to be a good one, because we are going to be adding a half dime. Currently with the half dimes, the only one I have is the Liberty seated with the legend. That means it has the words on the outside instead of the stars. And it is in awful shape. I remember when I got this, I was so excited about it, and I still love it, but it is actually like bent. It is wavy because it's such a thin piece of silver. But we do have 2 that we are going to be adding to this row, almost completing it, which is super exciting. That would just leave us with the cap bust half dime that we need to get. But what we are going to add here is the 1854 Liberty seated with arrows that you actually may recognize from a video that I did, which you can see over here, about how to determine the dates of coins that are worn. And this is one of them. So it's pretty worn, it's pretty beat up, but it is indeed a coin that will be going right into my typeset. Guess I should show the reverse as well. Reverse doesn't look too bad. Okay, got that one in. Next is this, which is this incredible collection of coins that I received as a gift, and you can check out that video here as well. So let's crack into this and put that beautiful half dime in its rightful spot. This one's a real beauty. Really, really nice. 1858. You can see the reverse. Really nice. And it's in. Just like that, we are almost done with the half dimes in this typeset. Really cool. And next we have the nickels. And this row is looking a little sparse. So why don't we add a shield nickel? This is a really nice 1868 shield nickel. I've always wanted a shield nickel. I don't know what it is that attracts me to them, but I just think that they look so cool. Maybe it's because they look very Civil War era-y. I know that doesn't sound very scientific or historical, but there's something about it that just looks very emblematic of that time period, and I just really, really am attracted to that. Looks really cool. So let's put that guy in as well. And this one is the 1868, so we know that it is a no-raise variety. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're making headway. And over here you can see, of course, I have the two Liberty V nickels, one with no cents, one with cents. It's a cool story. Maybe I'll make a video on that for all the beginner numismatists out there on why they had to add the word cents. Moving down to the next row, we've got the Buffalo Variety 2. I don't have the Buffalo Variety 1. Jefferson nickel from 1938, its first year. I've got a 1945 S war nickel, and it's in excellent shape. A lot of you who have seen war nickels know that they get really dirty and tarnished and ugly looking, and this one is really beautiful, so I'm very happy with that. Now, moving on to dimes. We've got a lot of really nice dimes, and yes, we are going to be adding another one to finish off the set. That is right. Who's excited? Who's excited? Hit that like button if you're excited. That was a really, really cheesy plug. But anyway, take a look. I've got a beautiful cap bust dime here. It's not in excellent shape, but I still think that it's beautiful. I love the cap bust look because it is just such a different era of coinage. We've got a Liberty seated with stars, and that is a hold coin, so that is not ideal. But guess what? That is the beauty of building a long-term typeset. Eventually we will get a new one, we will replace it, and it will be a joyous, joyous day. But until then, why don't we put in the coin right over here, 1853. You can see the arrows right there on the edges of the date. Nice reverse. Let's put it right in there. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. Now, the next coin you can see is the Liberty seated with the legend, and my version, of course, is from 1890. And it is dirty, it is really not very appealing looking. So, we're gonna do our first replacement. And that's this guy. Look at that, 1886. Much, much nicer eye appeal. It might actually be the same grade. That's the thing that I'm saying, is like, I don't really care as much about the grade, I care more about the eye appeal. The reverse is really not very nice, but I like this a lot better. It's a lot easier to see. You can see over here the difference. So let's crack this guy out and replace it. We're gonna put that guy right in there. And isn't that, you can see already, it's just so much nicer in terms of the eye appeal. See, this is what the other one looked like. Much more worn, got that ugly black smudge on the top right portion. Glad to have it replaced. And then we move on to the more modern dimes, of course. We've got the Barber dime, a gorgeous Mercury dime. This one is in like BU condition, super, super nice. A nice silver Roosevelt dime with some beautiful toning, and a normal clad Roosevelt dime from 2011. Nothing special over there. Take another second to look at the reverses. You can obviously pause here if you want. And moving on to the 20-cent piece. I don't have it. I really, really want it because, as I said, I love the obscure, obsolete denominations. but that will be, of course, in the future, and when I get it, I will make another update video. But let's move on to the quarters. Quarters are a little bit lacking in the older ones, but, of course, because of this amazing, amazing set of coins over here, the gift that just keeps on giving, we do have a beautiful 1854 Liberty seated with arrows. Here you can really see the arrows. They look great. Excellent eye appeal on the obverse. Reverse has some smudging. It's not super nice looking, but hey, like I said, you concentrate more on the obverse when you're looking at these albums anyway. So let's put it in. You can see that I have the 1861 no motto, and now we're putting in the 1854 arrows version. Oh, that looks so nice. That looks so nice. And then, of course, we are still missing the one with the motto, but we have the Barber quarter. We have two beautiful standing Liberty quarters, Variety 1 and Variety 2. These I love. I think they look excellent. They've got great, great eye appeal. We have the silver 1964 Washington quarter, as well as a 1968 clad. Moving on to halves. Halves are one of my favorite denominations of coins. You know that I love collecting halves. You know that I just can't get enough of them. And we have the capped bust with the lettered edge. Do not have the capped bust with the reeded edge. To be honest, I have two with the lettered edge, and I could probably just fake it because, you know, they have an overlap in the dates, and you wouldn't know because you can't see the edges in this album, but I would know, and that's what's important. So it's still a hole. I'm still waiting to fill it. And of course, we're still missing the Liberty seated with no motto, but this is probably one of the nicest coins in the entire book, and this is the Liberty seated from 1855 with arrows, and you may remember that from a previous video. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Let us take a look at the new edition, 1875 seated Liberty half. Love this coin, super beautiful. Love holding it. I just love the weight of a $half coin. And you can see on the reverse why it's called the motto version. Over here you can see a little ribbon above the eagle, and that ribbon says, "In God We Trust." It was added after the Civil War, I believe as a response to the sort of bloodiness of the war and the pain that it caused the nation. But anyway, it's a really, really nice coin. Super, super excited to put this guy in because it fills out yet another row. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love just getting closer to finishing each page. It just makes the album look so, so nice. So let's take a quick look at the reverse as well. Again, of course, you can pause. And we'll take a look here to finish us up with the $half. We have a really nice toned Walking Liberty, a really nice, great condition, probably AU or maybe even BU Franklin, a BU Kennedy from 64, as well as a BU Kennedy from 69. This one actually might be AU, but who knows. Commemorative $half. My absolute favorite set of coins from the United States are the old $half commemoratives. I love them. I have the first of the series, which is 1893 Columbia Exposition coin. I also have a 1946 Booker T. Washington half, which I love. And the other two are modern ones. This one's from 1982, celebrating the 250th anniversary of George Washington's birth, as well as a 1991 and 1995, celebrating the 50th anniversary of World War II. In terms of silver dollars, I have none from the Liberty seated variety. I would love to acquire a couple of those. Those must be gorgeous. But I think my favorite coin in the entire album, not necessarily the most valuable, but my favorite coin in the entire album is this trade dollar. I'm going to do a whole video on trade dollars because I think that they are just so awesome. This one even has chop marks on the reverse, which you'll see in a minute. I've got a really nicely toned Morgan dollar over here. I've got a 1922 piece dollar. It's okay, it's nothing special. I have a couple of the 1921 high reliefs. Maybe I should just put one of those in here instead. I've got a proof Eisenhower silver dollar. I don't love having proofs in here. I think that it sort of draws your eye too much to that specific spot. We'll take a look at the reverses, of course. But yeah, I just don't love having the proofs, but sometimes I don't have any other options, and it's the only way to get a silver one sometimes. And to finish us off, we've got the modern stuff. We've got the bicentennials from 1976. These are all the silver ones. This is a quarter half-dollar and dollar, of course. Modern Susan B. Anthony, this is a 1999 proof. Sacagawea 2000p, and a proof silver 1999 Delaware State Quarter. And to finish us off, we've got a commemorative silver dollar, which is the sister coin of the half-dollar that you saw, commemorating 50 years of World War II. This one's the D-Day commemoration. And I really, really like this coin as well, and I love the back. The reverse has a really nice message on it. And last but not least, we have our Silver American Eagle, and I love this because as the silver picker, what better way to end off a video than with a beautiful ounce of government minted silver. So we'll take a look at the reverses just for a second. And that's it. That's how you do it. That is my $1,400 United States Typeset with the upgrades that I have gotten all just from buying and selling, picking, garage selling, etc. So I hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for the bonus. Essentially, a few months ago, I made a mail call video where I opened up a bunch of mail from you guys, and I have so many more packages and letters and postcards to open up from you guys. They are all waiting for me at home. I am right now on a long business trip. These are the only two that I grabbed before I left for the trip, so I'm just gonna open these guys up, and it'll be sort of a little sneak preview for the big mail call video that's coming up. We'll start with this guy over here from Alexander in Burlington, Vermont. Cool stamp, round stamp. I can feel there's a coin inside, so that's pretty cool. So, let's check her out. First, the letter, of course. Dear Silverpicker, I just recently started coin collecting, and your channel has both provided me with entertainment and education on the topic. Along with foreign coins, I currently have in my collection a measly 2 steel pennies, 1 wheat penny, and 2 silver half-dollars. Thanks for taking the time to read my note, and hopefully you can respond. Sincerely, Alex. Well, Alex, I can tell you that that is just the start of your collection. You have many, many, many years ahead of you for your collection to grow and to become more varied, and I hope you keep it up. It's an incredible hobby, and it will be rewarding for you as you grow with the hobby. So, it looks like you provided me with a little gift from your collection, which I think is extremely generous. Wow. 25 cents from 1996. Bermuda. Very cool. Alex, thank you so much. You know, this is not a silver coin, it's not worth a ton of money, but I'm telling you, when you guys send me stuff like this, it's actually meaningful to me. I keep the coins that you guys send me separate from the rest of my collection, actually. This is as meaningful to me as anything, seriously. Alex, thank you so much for your support. Really happy to have you as part of the Silver Picker squad, and I wish you really, really a lot of luck in your collecting endeavors. Next up is from Alan from Tennessee, and I love these Sesame Street stamps you got on here. So I can also feel in here that there's also a coin as well, so thank you so much. You guys are way too generous. Let's take a look in here, see what we got. All right, first the letter. Oh wow, this is a long one. Okay, I love watching your videos. Some of the things you find are so interesting. I want to collect just to try and make an investment out of them, but something always comes up and I have to sell them. Having 3 kids will do that. Well, I don't have any kids, but I'm sure that's the case. My boys are special needs, and my daughter is a normal girl. That can be a good thing and a bad thing. When my grandpa passed away, I got a small tackle box of coins, of foreign coins as well as tokens from his time in the Navy. One in particular stood out to me as it looked silver. It was a 1945 Philippines dime. I have misplaced it, but I know I still have it. When you mentioned collecting coins that have special meaning, made me decide that special years should be my focus. Birth years of my parents and children, etc. My dad was born December 7th, 1941, 2 hours before the attack on Pearl Harbor, before the Pearl Harbor attacks. Wow, that is incredible. I look forward to receiving letters and cards from you. Sincerely, Alan, SWD. P.S. I remember your love for bicentennial coins And I have 2 of these Canadian pennies. I hope you enjoy this addition to your collection. All right, let's take a look inside. Wow, very nice. Very cool, very cool. This is the Centennial Cent, commemorating the Centennial of Canada. It's 1867 to 1967. Really, really cool. Again, this is not worth so much as everybody here already knows, but to me, this is very meaningful. Seriously, it shows to me that I'm making videos that you guys are really enjoying and that you're learning from them. So anyway, really, really thank you guys both for sending me these letters. For those of you who have already sent me letters and you haven't seen them on film yet, don't worry, they are coming. For those of you who still want to send me letters or send me anything, please feel free. My P.O. Box is P.O. Box 1322, Bronx, New York 10471. I love reading your letters. I keep every single one of them in a folder, honestly. I really, really do love it. And for everyone who sends me a letter, I will send you a postcard back. So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, Silver Picker out.